Welcome back to F1 22 My Team Career Mode. We are on part 13 or episode 13, and this is the Australian Grand Prix weekend. And these are everything we got after practice 3. So we got some R&D points, discounts on some items. And then here's the acclaim. I'm boosted. Mick is boosted. The team is boosted. And now it's time for our qualifying. Since I do have 2,000 R&D points, and make an upgrade on the durability side. Let's see. I'm just looking for what I can get with the rest of my points. It looks like there's nothing cheap enough for me to get. I think there is. But it's too full, so I can't make a powertrain upgrade. But in the durability side, in the capacity department, so I can't make an upgrade there either. So I just make one upgrade to the durability. Just checking the parts if they're good for wear for the car. And yep, it's Australia. As you can see, Albert Park. There's me. Let's see, I'm gonna run soft tires. I'm just gonna choose a setup that I already have made before in the season 1. And here's our qualifying. I guess I just switch the cam to cockpit mode. Or no, not cockpit. Switch it from cockpit to T-Pod. So here's the lap. Now this is the qualifying lap over, and it looks like we're gonna qualify in P10. And it looks like George Russell in the Mercedes is gonna start on pole. And let's see, there's Russell, Sainz, Hamilton, Norris, Leclerc, Verstappen, Vettel, Alonso, Ricardo, Ocon, Gasly, Stroll, Magnussen, Bottas, Albon, Sonoda, Piastri, Schwartzman, Joe, Schumacher, and Latifi. So Schumacher in P21. When we're getting in the top 10, we might need a sack next season as well. But there's just me and Ricardo's rivalry breakdown. He gets an extra point since he out-qualified me. I mean, he's in a Ferrari though, so he should be. And now I'm gonna let Crofty or Brundle talk about the Australian GP.
So here we are at Albert Park Circuit, 3.28 miles around, with the streets making for a bumpy surface with little undulation. There are 14 corners around the lake, with the best passing opportunities coming at turn 1 and turn 3. Off the back of a fantastic qualifying session, it's time to see how our starting grid looks like for today's race. George Russell will begin today's event in pole position, and a very happy Carlos Sainz will start second. As we continue through the rest of the grid today, we have Hamilton, Norris, Charles Leclerc and Verstappen, Vettel, Fernando Alonso, Ricciardo and Hughes, Ocon, Gasly, Lance Stroll and Magnussen, Bottas, Albon, Yuki Tsunoda and Oscar Piastri, Schwartzman, Joe, Mick Schumacher and Nicholas Latifi. It's almost time for the lights to go out, so let's head down to the track where preparations are underway. The formation lap gets underway and every driver will be looking to settle in for the race ahead, making sure that their car is ready for the battle once the lights go out. So as all the cars take their positions on the grid, the teams will be hoping their strategies pay off for them in today's race. The question I'm asking is which teams have got it right, and which ones have got it horribly wrong?
Now this is the formation lap over, and here's the start of the race. We'll go clutch in, put some gas, give it some beans, and 5 lights out, and away we go. I activate my ERS, I start right alongside Cardo. I get a poor start, Alcon passes me, and I dive bomb him and his teammate Alonso. But Alonso's coming back at me. Activate my ERS after this turn 2. Heading into turn 3, I'm pretty sure I make a dive bomb on Alonso and Ricciardo, and I end up right behind Verstappen, and I'm in P8. There's just 1 position gain from the start. No, 2 positions. I was P10. I got a warning right there. Yeah, 2 positions gained from the start so far. And we have the 2 Rebels of Leclerc and Verstappen, P6 and 7. Me in P8, P9 and 10 is Ricciardo in the Ferrari, and Alonso in the Alpine. Almost done with this first lap of the race. I guess I get my second track warning limit, so after this I will get a penalty, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, heading into the final couple of turns, and right on the rear wing of Verstappen, right in front of Leclerc, we have Norris in the McLaren. Heading into the second lap of the race, George Russell takes the fastest lap. Into turn 1, into turn 2, into the straight, I lose some time to Verstappen. It looks like Ricciardo gained time on me, so he's right behind me. Heading into this tricky section. I just inch closer to Verstappen's rear wing. That was pretty close for track limits. And heading onto this basically straight. And for a little kink. Yeah, activate my ERS. Right, but my power isn't strong enough, so even with my ERS and slipstream, he still gains. I set a sector 1 green and purple sector 2. I look down the inside, I make the dive bomb, and it sticks. Now I am sandwiched between the two Red Bulls. And as you can see, it looks like Vettel is the better McLaren right in front of Norris in P4. P3, you have Carlos Sainz in the Ferrari. And it looks like Lewis Hamilton in the Mercedes just took the fastest lap. Of course, and nothing happened in this whole lap. So, in lap 3, I set a time of 121.574, and since it is past lap 2, DRS is of course activated. Nothing happened again. And I'm still in the same position, P7. See, like, set a 121.779. Yep, nothing happened. Again, still in the same positions. And still have DRS. I'm just keeping that 1 second gap to Leclerc. And I set up 121.701. And there's the team telling me the pit window is now open to pit for the medium. So this lap I am obviously going to pit, or headed to the box, to the box. Yes. Just heading to this turn, activate my ERS. And I just tuck under Leclerc's rear wing, of course. Nothing I can do to power the Red Bulls. I forgot which spot they are on the R&D chart, but I'm sure they're in the top 3. So, of course, me being all the way in the bottom, I can't catch up to the pace of the Red Bulls. I do take a little look around the outside, but that just makes me lose more time to Leclerc. Going into the final turns, I head into the pits. It looks like Lando Norris and the McLaren headed into the pits, not Sebastian Vettel. Hamilton is in the pits, so George Russell's still out. Sainz is also in the pits. Let's see, and there's my team. We have a 2.2 second pit stop, and we came out in front of Ferrari of Carlos Sainz. So that means we did a pretty good pit stop, and it looks like we didn't come out in front of Hamilton, but coming out in front of Sainz, which he came in before us, pretty good. And it's just Hamilton basically net leader, because he's the first one to come out from the people that pit, and let's see which one works better, the undercut or the overcut. Right in front of Hamilton is my teammate holding him back, I guess. He's still on soft, so I'm sure for this lap, Mick is gonna pit. And behind, we have Carlos Sainz and Max Verstappen. Yeah, but Lewis Hamilton, he's already pulled. He's pulled 2 seconds in front of me already. Dude. It looks like my teammate is holding him up, because that 2 second gap just dropped down to the 1.2 second gap. Serious, that little. And so Schumacher playing the team game for me. Let's see who we passed. So we were P12 or P13, and we ended up P4. It looks like it came out right behind the Leclerc, which makes us lose time. The signs, there's signs going down, and I go down the inside of both Leclerc and Sainz, and I in the position where that dive bomb sticks. So it looks like the overcut worked for George Russell because he came out. Or was George Russell going on a different strategy? George Russell's on the hards, so maybe he didn't pit yet. I'm not sure. But whatever strategy George Russell's on, he's effectively P1 right now, unless he didn't pit. If he needs to pit, then Hamilton will be P1, and that will end up with P2. And the podium positions, which is pretty good coming from back-to-back wins. The podium is fine, especially for where our team is at right now. But yeah, Leclerc coming right at the pits, right into turn 1, held us really back, which opened up the gap for him and Sainz to almost overtake me. Yes. Let's see. But Leclerc, he is almost about to overtake me. I mean, he only has a 2/10 gap to me, so I may look behind to see if he will overtake. Well, yes, the podium, or I guess the top 5 right now: George Russell, Hamilton, me, Leclerc, Sainz. And it does look like Russell is going on to a different strategy than all of us, because he has hards on, while basically the rest of the grid is on some medium. And it looks like my teammate Mick Schumacher, he has the wooden spoon of P22. But it looks like Hamilton is trying to make a move down on Russell down the outside. I try to see if I can make a move down the inside of that turn, and it sticks. And it looks like Leclerc overtook Russell as well. So in the span of like 3 turns, Russell just lost 4 positions, either 4 or 3. Yes, I go down defensive. It looks like Leclerc couldn't make that dive bomb stick. So at the end of lap 10, my lap 10 lap time was a 1:22.489. Hamilton still has the fastest lap. And the top 5 is exactly the same. So this lap 11, the lap time was a 1:22.616. Of course, nothing happened in that lap. And it looks like George Russell lost another place to Sainz now. So Sainz in P4, Russell in P5. And this lap time was a 1:23.008. So one of the worst times so far on this medium stint. Heading to the end of lap 13. It looks like Migs so far from the grid. I don't even know what happened. We said 1:21.872 for lap 14. Or for lap 13. This is for lap 14 right here. For lap 14, we set a 1:22.085, and this is the final lap of the race. So I just kept this lap clipped in. So yeah, Hamilton bonkers. And it looks like Leclerc and the Red Bull trying to overtake me. Of course, move didn't stick. But yeah, going back to Hamilton, getting a 4-second gap to us from the rest of the grid. Bonkers. Could Mercedes be? Mercedes is in P1 in the constructors right now, so looks like maybe they got that constructors locked in. We only have 16 races. This is the 3rd one, I'm pretty sure. So almost a quarter done. Let's see, maybe a new title fight challenger. I'm P1 in the Drivers' Championship, but it looks like we could have a challenger of Hamilton. It seems like Leclerc tried to overtake me again. Obviously, the move didn't stick. Yeah, maybe. I don't know why Mick Schumacher all the way last in a big gap. Maybe he made a big mistake because I'm in the podium positions with the same car as him. So Lewis Hamilton sets another fast lap of a 121.005. There we go. We got into podium positions with Leclerc and Hamilton. Hamilton P1 could be a challenger for the Drivers' Championship. He got Drivers of the Day, of course. Yep. That's his team celebrating, the Mercedes team. There's Hamilton. Let's see. That's Leclerc. There's us all the way back there. P2. Look at the cars. It looks so nice. Yeah, there's that Merc. And technically, this is the 2023 season. So this will be the 2023 car, but of course, it's the 2026 car. Everyone knows that. There's Hamilton heading up to the podium celebration. You see me, you see Leclerc, there's Red Bull gear. Imagine in real life, Verstappen and Leclerc being teammates. That'd be crazy. And yes, Hamilton on the top spot again after not winning any races in the 22 season, I'm pretty sure, in this alternate F1. And here he is back on the P1. Mercedes getting that constructor. And here's Hamilton, me, Leclerc, Sainz, Russell, Verstappen, Ricardo, Norris, Vettel, Magnussen, Ocon, Gasly, Stroll, Bottas, Albon, Schwartzman, Sonoda, Piastri, Joe, Latifi, my teammate, and Alonso, Schumacher. And here's the standings right there. I'm still P1, so Schumacher's P19, he dropped even more. Mercedes P1, we're P2 in the constructors. There's a rivalry breakdown. And it looks like Ricardo just beat me in the fastest lap, but I got everything else. And so now it's 12-8. And there's the acclaim. I boosted my acclaim a lot with that podium position. Mick, not so much. Team, we got 571K from all the sponsors. So here I am. I just picking all my events, and I pick every single event because I have enough time. Because I have 23 day slots or whatever, and so I just pick every single event there is. Yes. And I have currently 1,714 R&D points, 2.85 million dollars, whatever. So of course, with that R&D points, I'm going to make some upgrades. So I'm just checking all the places, and it looks like my cylinder head got completed. Just checking which one is the cheapest so I can buy to upgrade the car and get the best bang for the buck. I upgrade the pistons and the powertrain, and it looks like I can't make any more upgrades with just 914, so I just advance time. It looks like the powertrain component failed, the magnetic compound, so I just have to do it all over again. Now I'm left with 458 points. So I attended the F1 esports, got a durability compartment, durability thingy that completed R&D. And it looks like there was a event concerning the powertrain department and a charity event. So I just picked to do the charity event over the powertrain department, I guess. I don't know. And I get my weekly resources and some money from the activity and just keep advancing time. Second driver, got another durability upgrade, funded team event, and there's another powertrain department. And it looks like the charity gave me 1,000 plus driver acclaim. And just advance time again, and some more weekly resources. And I'm left with 1,118 points and 4.5 million in cash. So I upgrade my chassis to spec 2, the quality control to the level 2. Looks like I got another failed in the powertrain in the pistons. Here I go, and just I have to do it over again. And yep, after that I'm left with 718 points. I can't get anything with that. I just advance time again, get my weekly resources again for the third time, and in the end I upgrade the pistons and the powertrain, quality control, and the durability. So now it's time for Miami GP. So thank you for watching. Like, subscribe, and our pistons. We upgrade something. We upgrade the crankshaft and the powertrain, and it looks like we're number 7. Yeah, we're number 7 in the RD. So join us for the next episode.